Hey, Internet, we saw 50 Shades Darker. Did I get it right that time?
You did.
Third time's a charm. We just made 2 failed attempts to record this.
Things are going great. This is a very professional operation we're running.
Well, this is the second time we've tried filming in a Walmart parking lot. Both times we've had unexpected cutouts, so just expect for us to die. I'm waiting to see our killer run up through the back window. So, 50 Shades Darker, it sucks. I wanted to see John Wick 2.
I said no to that.
So we saw a movie neither of us wanted to watch. Oh, fuck this movie. It is.
I will say, I think this was marginally better than the first one.
It is marginally more competently shot.
Yes.
It is more incompetently written.
Yeah.
It is almost the exact same story beat for beat as the first.
Yeah.
Actually, it is. It just goes on a little longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this felt really long.
It's like, well,
and like I remember when we were watching the first one, like we did keep looking at the DVD clock and being like, "Oh my god, how is this still happening?"
But then it just abruptly ends.
Yes, but like this one like somehow felt longer
because it had 7 climaxes and no climaxes. But a bum.
Climax.
Yeah. No sex act is carried to fruition. It's always cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then instantly cuts to, like, weird pillow talk.
Yeah. It doesn't
Hard
even
cut.
do like a Freudian Hitchcock cut. Like a tea kettle going off,
like
or
birds taking off in a startle, or salt pouring out of a mine, or
a wave crashing onto a beach.
Even like, you know, like eggs hitting a hot griddle the next morning.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's always.
Yep.
The cuts are weird. I feel like who wrote this shit? What's her name?
The screenplay or the book?
I don't know that there's a difference. Did someone else come in to write the screenplay? Because
I think so. The book was written by E.L. James.
Because it feels like the fan fiction writer responsible for this garbage had a lot of editorial control over like where scenes began and ended. Because there's a lot of competent filmmakers going, "Are you sure? Here?"
I mean, in the novel, like stuff goes to the end. Like, I didn't read this one, but I read the first one.
There is
like things are completed.
Okay.
At the very least.
Let's talk about. Oh, sorry, hand cramping. There's a major plot thread that has to do with trying to break into the cutthroat world of book publishing in the year of our Lord 2017.
Yeah.
Christian Grey has always wanted to get into book publishing in the year of our Lord 2017. Because he wants to be the last one, I guess. He's like, I'm going to take over the Seattle Independent, whatever it was called.
Seattle Independent Publishing.
Yeah, SIP. It's a terrible acronym. Because he's going to take on Jeff Bezos. I'm coming for you, Amazon. You know, in between his, like, shipbuilding yards and,
like, building shit in Africa for, like, starving people and, like...
weapons manufacturing, no doubt.
I don't know.
I assume
maybe some chemicals. Like, the one time that we saw him in a board meeting, a lady was talking about, like, renewable energy sources. It is really not clear what exactly this company does.
At one point, he's going to fly Anastasia himself to New York, I guess in his glider. Like, we've seen him fly helicopters and we've seen him fly gliders. We have no indication that he's rated for fixed-wing aircraft. It's a long way to New York, people.
I mean, maybe he has a commercial pilot's license. We don't know.
He can do everything. He can do anything. He can do anything except love. Or trust. Kim Basinger only taught him how to fuck. Anastasia taught him how to love.
Did we ever establish that was actually Kim
That
Basinger?
has to be Kim Basinger. No one else looks like Kim Basinger.
I am looking this up on IMDb right now.
She is a goddamn punching bag. Like, they brought in Kim Basinger into this clusterfuck just to emotionally and physically abuse her. Like, I was feeling as bad for her as I was for Dakota Johnson. I'm like, Kim, you can't have to need this. Like, what's going on?
I hope not.
No, aren't you still getting like Batman checks or something? Like, come on. Oh my God, this movie is incompetent. Did we talk about Darcy yet in this iteration?
It was Kim Basinger.
Yeah. I can't remember if I talked about Darcy yet. We've done this twice now.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about Darcy anymore.
Yeah, they're all trying to channel Darcy, and Darcy's not someone that really needs channeling.
No. You
can't fix him with your love. You can't. He's gonna get over it. No. Doing therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy, not. Also, everyone is expected to immediately recover from any traumatic event.
Yeah.
And they immediately have sex and make major life choices.
Yeah.
These are things you're not supposed to do immediately after a trauma. Yeah. Is make major life choices. Mm-hmm. And you can't fix it with sex either. Like, oh boy. Like, she gets shot at, disappears for 3 hours, not 3 days. She walks off for 3 hours to clear her head. Where the fuck have you been? Yeah. Doesn't she actually say, like, you can't fix this with sex? Yeah. Like, every now and then, she says, man. In scenes that are supposed to be, like refusal of the calling, right? Yeah. But those are the moments when she's making sense.
Are we saying that this movie has a hero's journey arc?
Oh, it thinks it does.
I don't know that that's true.
It thinks it does.
What's the introduction of the supernatural?
The ghost girl. There's a ghost girl who turns out to not be a ghost, but she still might be a ghost.
What about the death of the mentor? What's the death of the mentor in this movie?
That's when Kim Basinger gets hit with the, they just put it too late. Oh, wait, no, it's the salon.
Is it?
Yes.
That seems really early.
You know what? Yeah, well, that's because this is the sequel.
Okay, fine.
Look, structurally, this is a mess.
It's such a mess.
What should be the big climactic moment, which involves... There are no physical stakes. No. You know everyone's going to live.
Yeah.
There's another goddamn movie coming.
Yeah.
So the life and death stuff doesn't work. The emotional stakes come... Now, fuck it. The emotional stakes come. It's such a... It's a battery saving feature.
Okay.
To keep us from getting stranded.
That's probably reasonable.
So
I could open the door.
There we go. Once the car starts up for a minute, it'll.
Okay.
So yeah. So what should be the big emotional climactic moment is when she's confronted with the old submissive. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, there's a gunfight. We might die. And you know what? It's not emotionally and what's going on and the depiction of like submissive relationships, like that's all bullshit. From a cinematographically, is that a word? It's competently shot. Like it's like, okay, this is not a terrible climactic scene. But it's the halfway point.
Yeah.
There's still half a movie to come. And then there's a helicopter crash, in which everyone's going to be fine. And Christian, for one thing, what route? He's flying a helicopter from Seattle to Portland through the mountains. Like, both of them are on the coast.
What mountain range is that supposed to be?
Did he look at his... as they're taking off, did like his assistant go, I've never seen Mount Rainier. Really? Oh, here, let me show you. So he takes a helicopter over the mountain and blows the engine out and then walks home.
I guess.
Everyone's looking for him in the woods, and all of a sudden he just shows up in the elevator, like, ding, looking like shit. He's like, hey. He's looking pretty good for a guy who crashed a helicopter and then walked out of the wilderness. And then he's annoyed that people are like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
God, this is my first helicopter crash. Fuck. I crashed like 3 a week, people. Come on.
It's fine.
We never saw him land that glider. We don't know. we don't know. He might be the launch pad McQuack of it's like he can fly great, he can't land. So there is a proposal.
Yep.
And then there's an acceptance of a proposal, and it's actually not terribly badly done.
Yeah.
But then they do it again.
Yeah, I don't know what the second proposal was for.
Then there's a second proposal. And then there's the smoking man in the woods who's all like, oh, I'm going to fuck these people up. Mm-hmm. And then it had to be pointed out to me that was the boss.
Yeah. That was Anna's former creepy boss that Christian got fired.
Okay, we completely skipped over. So she's working in the cutthroat world of publishing as a personal assistant, but she's being mentored, and like this is like a jumping off point to become an editor.
I don't know. I think that like E.L. James was like just watching The Devil Wears Prada and was like, oh, I have an idea.
Clearly she didn't know how publishing works. Maybe she should have done some rewrites after she got money and an editor, and surely the editor would know how publishing works, but
I would hope so.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think anyone knows how publishing works at this point. Ask Jeff Bezos. But, oh, God. So, yeah, Christian buys the publishing company he works for, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then her boss gets annoyed because, like, oh, I was trying to flirt with you, and your dick, who's also, like, my CEO, showed up at this bar and, like, made you leave. And so then he decides the natural thing to do is attempt to rape his assistant / girlfriend of the company's CEO.
Yeah.
Because that was going to end well. What was going on in any of this scene?
I don't know. So
then she like beats him up and runs outside, like, Christian, stay with me. So then he sends his henchman to go kill him.
Taylor has to go deal with it.
But apparently he doesn't finish the job because
he's there at the end, like looking menacing across the lake, smoking a cigarette.
But wasn't the boss? So was it the boss the same guy in the house taking the picture of the picture?
That was the implication at the end. I think was that he was at that masquerade ball, like taking weird pictures of the family for reasons.
Wasn't the masquerade ball before the shit with the boss in the bar?
Yeah. No, it was after the thing in the bar, but before he got handsy. I think.
Also, can we just point out that all of the douchey white dudes in this movie completely blend together?
Yeah.
There's a moment, there's multiple moments where you see Christian Grey in the distance, and you go, is that him?
Yeah.
Is that it? I don't mean the far distance. I mean the middle distance.
Yeah.
And we're both like, is that? Okay. Oh, she kissed him. I guess that's him. I can't tell him and the boss apart. It's just a sea of white dudes.
Yeah.
There is one very competently acted and shot scene in the entire movie. That's Anastasia. Oh, everyone's name is so fucking long. If you're gonna make them repeat each other's names 1,000 times, get shorter names.
Yep.
How about just Anna and Chris? Just, is it too much to ask for? Just go with some shorter. Fuck you. Whatever. So he picks her up and he's carrying her over his shoulder out of the red room, and it's just a lock-off shot, but it's perfectly blocked and it's well acted, where he just walks nonchalantly past his housekeeper, who reacts shocked for half a heartbeat and instantly becomes a polite nod, and they, oh, Miss Logan, yeah, Miss Steele, and it's really funny, and it's well done, and it's like,
I think the housekeeper is my favorite character.
The housekeeper is the best actor in the entire movie. She has 2 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she stars in the third. I also want to know at what point did he fuck the family waitress?
Gretchen.
Yeah, they had a moment.
I guess she's his parents' housekeeper?
Yeah, they had a moment.
Yeah,
not explained.
I don't think he fucked her though, because they explicitly revealed something in this movie, which is that Christian Grey is like fucking girls that look like his mom. And it's like, and like Gretchen is blonde, so she does not. I think she just has like a weird little crush on him.
Kim Basinger looks nothing like his mom.
I know.
I feel like that's an oversight, maybe.
I don't know.
She taught him how to fuck. Anastasia taught him how to love.
Oh, God.
Also, overhearing that line is when his mom finds out that her best friend had been fucking her teenage son.
Yep.
Oh, boy. It's like the Dexter backstory.
I know. But this should not be a romance movie. This should be about a serial killer.
Yes. Yes. This would make a lot more sense if it were about a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. It's garbage. It's not sexy. Also, oh my God, BDSM. And there's like, he ties her down a couple of times and he puts some like weird like leg separator on her that, and
that's called a spreader bar.
Whatever. There's one move where like, okay, full disclosure, like I had surgery to remove a tumor out of my hip. And so there's a moment when he flips her over that I literally yelled out in the theater, ah! I'm like, oh, that is really hard on your hips. But all of the sex is so vanilla. Like, it's so...
It is, but I think that was kind of the point, like the stated point of this one.
Okay, but even when she's like, take me to the red room.
Yeah, that was real low key.
And he just like gently blindfolds her.
I mean, I think that some of it was them trying to keep it from getting an NC-17. Cause like,
there's a full-on nipple lipping going on, yeah.
No, that's true. But like, there's a lot of like eating out in this movie, which I appreciate. Always great. No, like that's a real thing. Like they don't show it ever.
Kiss me.
But like,
that's not what that's called, Anna.
No, but like, did you notice that every time he was eating her out, like her nipples were covered? Like, I think they were really...
You can have one or the other?
I think so. Like,
Is there a math?
The MPAA really hates oral sex on ladies. Like, this is an established thing. So I think the compromise was that they had to keep her nipples covered. So, like, I think a lot of, like, the lack of, like, hardcore BDSM was just down to, like, not getting this saddled with an NC-17.
Saddled.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's getting so scandalized by this movie and middle-aged housewives getting the vape. It's like, y'all know the Secretary's been around for a decade, right? It's a much better movie. Starring 2 actors with chemistry. And a lot of saddles. Oh...
I mean, I'm a lesbian, so this doesn't count for much, but I would probably fuck James Spader before I would fuck Jamie Dornan.
I mean, yeah, I like Spader. Be a good story, at least.
Yep.
He's a cuddler. you know. Actually, I think Dornan's only a cuddler.
Yeah.
Like, he's also just the casting is so bad on... It's so... Yeah. He is... Like, I go right back to the first movie with, I don't make love, I fuck. And I'm just like, no.
No, oh God. Like, the word fuck just seems, like, so foreign inside of his mouth. Like, that's not a word that
when he smiles and his eyes light up and you think he's gonna giggle.
Yeah.
Like, I think we have another Tyler Hoechlin situation.
Oh, Tyler Hoechlin.
This is that Teen Wolf problem where, like, you just really miscast your loner badass.
Tyler Hoechlin was supposed to be in this movie, but he was not. I think his part got cut. Oh, that was just sad. I would have liked to see Tyler Hoechlin.
I would have liked to see anything else. Except maybe Teen Wolf. I don't know.
Is that our metric? Like, was this better or worse than Teen Wolf?
Well, the difference is this movie was only 4 hours long, as opposed
this
to
was so long. It was like 2.5 hours long.
No, I'm calling it 4 hours long. They had 4 climaxes. This was a 7-act movie. Like, I'm half joking. I'm gonna like structure this when my wife inevitably like buys it. And I'm convinced there are at least 6 acts in this movie. There are 5 plot lines.
There's so many. I don't know. Half of them are really boring, so it's
Oh, girl who shoots at Anastasia, like, he subdues her with sex domination.
Oh god, that made me feel icky. I did not like it.
And then has her institutionalized.
Yeah.
So she's gone forever. I think that she's in the bottom of the bay.
I would not be surprised.
I'm pretty. What's the valet's or the driver's name?
Oh, Taylor.
Taylor put 2 in the back of her head, took her out in the yacht. They've got a yacht on hand.
Yeah.
Crewed at all times, and dumped her in the bay in a certain spot that he finds in the GPS. He weighs down the body, and she gently floats down. And there's like 7 or 8 more bodies already down there.
Probably.
Yeah. I keep turning the. I had made the Dexter connection until we started filming, but yeah, no, this is the Dexter prequel.
Yeah.
This is going to end with him killing Anastasia and moving to Miami.
I think so.
Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is there anything worth saying left?
Marcia Gay Harden was delightful, as usual.
Yes.
Who else was a bright spot? Like, a lot of the cast is really good. Like, they're just being wasted in this terrible movie.
Yep.
Poor Dakota Johnson.
Like, I would have
save her.
I would have rather watched the movie about her friend and the brother on their tropical vacation that they're having throughout the entire movie. They seem like they're having a good time. They're pretty chill people.
Those two were a bright spot in the first movie, and they were nowhere to be found in this one until like the very end.
That's why it's 50 Shades Darker. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh my god, no, it's 50 Shades of fucked up.
Anastasia spent a lot less time naming what things are in this movie.
Slightly. They still have to, every time they start talking to a new character, they have to state their name.
Yep.
Which, again, makes me believe that there was no screenplay. They were all sitting there with their dog-eared copies of 50 Shades of Grey, just reading out of it. It's dumb. It's a dumb movie.
Yeah.
I hope Dakota Johnson's making a lot of money.
I hope so too.
Because poor girl, for some reason, that moment that it step out is when it does go to like full on like nipple sucking. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, come on, don't make it. Poor girl, and she's just naked constantly.
Yeah,
she's just constantly naked.
She's naked more than she's clothed, I think.
Yes. And I'm just like, and she's a lovely young woman. I'm not trying to say that. I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
It never gives the impression that she's super excited to be there and so happy for the entire country to be staring at her tits.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good. Like, I am 100% down with pornography. As long as I am...
You heard it here first, folks.
Yes. As long as everyone involved seems like they want to be there.
Yeah.
I have the same issue with motion pictures in general. Like, sometimes it's clear someone doesn't want to be there, and that's kind of a bummer. It's a lot more of a bummer when they're contractually obligated to disrobe.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
There was a Levi commercial on before this movie that had more chemistry and sexual tension. It was a series of gratuitous ass shots followed by two people jumping into a pool, and there was more of a cohesive plot line and more chemistry in that Levi's commercial. Oh, I think the biggest shock of the night is that I saw the trailer for Baywatch, and now I want to see Baywatch.
Yeah, that looks really good, actually.
It's just going all the way back to our High School Musical.
Yes.
Also, watch Powerless on NBC.
Oh, yeah, Powerless is really good, guys.
I could easily just do an episode every week just recapping Powerless. Man. It's so great.
Oh, my God. Like, Powerless is, like, the superhero show that I've always wanted.
It is a straight-up just office sitcom that happens to be set in the DC universe.
Yes.
With D-list villains.
Oh, so wonderful. I love it.
It's amazing. Oh, and none of the plot lines actually revolve around heroes or villains. It's just office shenanigans.
Yep.
Like meeting deadlines and like filing tax reports.
Yep. Oh, so good.
It is. That's a much better thing. Let's just talk about that for a while. Oh. Also, an interesting show with good actors, well written, and a diverse cast. 50 Shades of Grey has none of those. There are 2 black women in the entire movie.
Yes.
They have... One of them has 2... No. One of them has 1 speaking scene and a non-speaking scene.
Yep.
The other has a speaking scene where she's just constantly yelling, "What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening? The goddamn helicopter's crashing! Brace for impact and shut up!" Not Taylor Lautner is ambiguously ethnic.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
People? No, you don't get to say that. You're just tan. That's from Baywatch. That's not from this movie.
Yeah. No. Jose. Yeah, Jose is just like around a lot of the time for no clear reason.
Except they invite him along to be an awkward also ran.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can we just talk about who... I can't forget her. I keep forgetting her name. The entire concept of consent is so missing from every...
Yeah.
Right up, even the weird, awkward, not Taylor Lautner uses photos of her without her permission. They are for sale.
Yeah.
He has no permission, no photo release.
Yeah, in a gallery show. Yeah.
No consent of any kind for what's supposed to be his best friend.
Yeah.
He's like, if I'd have asked, you'd have said no. I'll buy dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at one point I literally leaned over. It's like every man in her life never bothers to ask consent or anything for any reason.
Yep.
I think, what did I say at one point? Like her entire life is the Tiananmen Square of red flags. Like I can almost, I can forgive her for not seeing the red flags because she's living in red China. Like there's just nothing but red flags everywhere from everyone at all times.
Yeah.
Even the proposal, be mine. Like it's just.
Anna should just cut her hair and change her name and go into witness protection and get away from everybody she knows.
God.
Christ.
This Seattle is just full of holy shit. Like only one of them literally tries to rape her, but like
Yeah.
no one bothers to ask her consent for anything.
No.
Oh, and it's all just treated as like goofy and funny and weird and quirky and like, what is going on?
Yep.
Oh boy. My wife is not here. She did not watch us with us, and she refused to come with us.
Yeah.
And she will not be commenting on this, nor will she ever watch this, because she gets really mad when we shit on these movies. She fucking
watched the first one with us.
and got really mad at us.
Did she?
She said we ruined it with our jokes and laugh. Oh my god, we were trying so hard not to laugh all the way through this movie.
Yeah.
We're in a theater, but
It was a shockingly crowded theater.
Other people who seemed to be there genuinely to see the movie were also having a lot of trouble stifling laughs.
Yeah.
Now, the row of 4 middle-aged women in front of us, I don't think appreciated any of that. But
I felt so bad. There were so many times.
I stopped breathing repeatedly. I'm just, don't. You're gonna, oh my God. Oh. If you're gonna see this, see it in a theater with a bar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just don't. Just don't. There's other things you can do with your life. Lego Batman's fine.
Oh, I want to see Lego Batman.
It's pretty good.
I love Lego Batman.
Not as good as the Lego movie. I could do a whole thing about that right now, how I think they focused on the wrong character, because the real character arc is Robin, and then they focus too much on Batman, and they also make Batman too competent.
Yeah.
Which takes away his defining trait from the Lego movie, which is that he was super confident, but couldn't really do anything right. Anything else about this movie?
I don't think I have anything else, no. It's just not very good.
No.
I mean,
far from the worst thing we've seen.
Yeah, like I'm not real mad about it. Like,
however,
I mean, at the end of the day, like it must be said, I am way too gay for these movies.
Can I also just say right now, anyone who likes or tries to defend this movie loses any and all standing to bitch about the 5 endings of Return of the King. Because this movie has at least as many false endings as Return of the King.
Yeah.
All repeatedly in the movie, you're like, oh, this is it.
Yep.
Nope, there's another party. Nope, there's another.
There's so many parties. Don't these people have jobs?
I take it back. My favorite character is Mia, the sister.
Oh, I love. Yeah, Mia's great.
Mia has more chemistry with a garish tie that she finds in a department store than any 2 human beings have with each other at any point in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, Mia's great.
And any closing thoughts?
I got nothing.
Well, 50 Shades of Grey, you know what you're getting into. Mm-hmm. If that's really what you're looking for, have you heard of Pornhub?
I mean, not even just fan fiction.
Yeah.
Like if you enjoyed the books, at least, like, probably you just should read some fan fiction.
Probably.
Yeah.
Did we talk about in this cut yet that there's an entire subplot about Anastasia's great idea that gets her straight from...
Oh, no, we didn't talk about that. Oh, shit.
She goes straight from personal assistant to fiction editor.
Yep.
And her great idea is to give a popular fan fiction writer...
I don't know if he was a fan fiction writer. I think he might have just been self-published.
Well, she was talking a lot about, like, oh, he got all these hits online. So I'm going to go with...
I think you're right. Yeah.
He's a fan fiction writer, and her big idea is to give a fan fiction writer a chance with a real publishing contract.
Yeah.
Fuck you! Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Oh my God. That right there was the insert self Mary Sue moment.
Yeah.
I don't know why that irritated me as much as it did. It just... Just, oh, I was literally sitting in the theater and just went, oh my God. It's red flags, no consent.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's a dill hole.
Yep.
It's not like she has a better option. She might as well marry the rich guy who's going to abuse her as opposed to any of the poor guys that are going to abuse her, because there's absolutely no men in her life that aren't just going to ignore what she wants to take advantage of her.
Yeah, pretty much.
So just, don't sign a prenup and then take half his shit when he fucks off to Miami to kill people. I hope everyone gets out of their contract and isn't forced to make the third one. And if they do, I'm sure we'll go see it. Because branding. So really, this is as much all of your faults as hers, because you keep watching.
This is our brand, Chris. I feel like you're not committed to our brand.
Not nearly as much as you are. I'd be perfectly happy sitting here talking about John Wick 2 right now.
John Wick 2 fits into our brand. I just don't want to see it.
Fair. Says the person who's still going to make me watch Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
We've already firmly decided against Suicide Squad.
Neither of us have us.
Millions of gallons of ink have already been spilled about how terrible that is. You don't need to hear us say it.
Mm-hmm.
So 50 Shades, if you want to almost get off and watch a lot of other people almost get off, then this is your thing?
I guess.
I feel like this is for the like Kevin Smith always jokes about that his mom's version of pornography was the Thornbirds. I feel like this might be her next step.
There you go. Yeah.
So, if you were really into the Thornbirds, you'll love 50 Shades of Grey. Which Meg loves the Thornbirds. That's the key.
Love the Thornbirds.
If you love the Thornbirds, you'll love 50 Shades of Grey. We've cracked the code.
We've solved it.
So if you really like to watch a priest fuck, your next best thing is... Oh, he does have a whole priest thing going on. The aesthetic.
He kind of does.
Oh my God. Oh, we are cracking this wide open.
We've done it. We've done it.
This is a movie by and for repressed Catholics.
You should love this movie then.
No, I am not repressed. I'm recovering. No, I'm the opposite. I'm wide open and bitter. Oh, so yeah, Thornbirds equals 50 Shades of Darkness. You'll love it. What is this? 50 Shades Darker.
Yes.
50 Shades of Darkness is a better title.
It is. I would watch that. It sounds like a Star Trek movie.
It sounds like a movie a song Lego Batman would write. 50 Shades of Darkness. My parents are dead.
Okay.
So yeah, if you wanted to watch it, you've seen it already.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's dumb.
Yeah.
And I hope no one is forced to disrobe for it again. That's our firm stance. Don't force people to take their clothes off.
Yes.
Against their will. Unless they asked you to beforehand.
Mm-hmm. You can draw up some sex paperwork about it.
Contracts. I don't even want to get into contract shit. Okay. Which is
that wasn't
mercifully
even
missing.
Yeah, that
from
wasn't
this
even
one.
in this one.
So, hey, go enjoy your soft core BDSM almost porn.
Yep.
And then go discover porn.
Yeah.
And fan fiction.
Yeah.
It's much cheaper. Have fun, everybody. I got nothing to end this with.
Yeah, there's nothing pithy. I mean, the last time we were in a Walmart parking lot, we got murdered.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Oh my God!